We hadn't spoken in nearly 3 years. Not since the day I walked out of the house we once called home. Not since the night I found out about the man she claimed was just a client. Angela was brilliant, beautiful, and magnetic, the kind of woman people naturally gravitated toward. We met in college. She was getting her MBA, and I was already working, climbing my way up the ladder slowly, methodically. I worked hard, often behind the scenes, and never cared for the spotlight. She did. That was always our difference. For a while, it worked. I supported her, believed in her dreams, sacrificed when I had to. I was content with quiet success, with building something that lasted. She was chasing something flashier, something louder, and, eventually, someone wealthier. I found the messages on her laptop. One night, while fixing a glitch she asked me to look at. I wish I could say it was just a few flirty texts. It wasn't. There were photos, hotel bookings, long chains of late night, I miss you messages that made me physically sick. She didn't even bother deleting them. I confronted her calmly. She didn't deny it. In fact, she was disturbingly honest. He makes me feel alive, she said. You're just safe, reliable, like I was a houseplant, like my loyalty and steadiness were somehow weaknesses. She left me within a week, moved into a high-rise apartment with her new flame, a tech entrepreneur named Marcus who'd made millions before he was 30. The same man she'd met at a conference while she was supposed to be pitching our shared startup. I dissolved the company, split the assets, and walked away without asking for anything beyond what I had earned. The divorce was quiet, civil, cold. 3 years passed. I rebuilt my life without her, focused on my work, focused on healing. Then came the gala. It was a charity auction event in the city. Black tie. I had been invited as a guest speaker, not because I sought attention, but because my firm had anonymously donated a substantial sum to one of the education foundations the event supported. I wasn't even supposed to speak, just offer a few remarks at the end of the night. I arrived late, hoping to slip in quietly. I was scanning the crowd when I heard her voice. That unmistakable laugh that used to feel like home and now sounded like glass cracking under pressure. Angela. She was stunning, of course. Dressed in silver, diamonds at her neck, arm looped tightly around Marcus's. She didn't notice me at first, but when she did, her eyes locked on mine, and something bitter flickered in her smile. She approached me during dinner. Well, she said just loud enough for the nearby table to hear. I didn't expect to see you here. Still pushing paper? What is it now, executive assistant? Or have you finally made it to personal secretary? There were chuckles around us. Forced. Uncomfortable. She wanted to humiliate me, to remind the room that she had traded up, that I had been the stepping stone to her designer life. Before I could say a word, Marcus turned to me, smiling in that smooth, practiced way of people who are used to buying charm. And what is it you actually do? He asked. Angela's never been very detailed. I smiled. Just 2 words. Venture capitalist. The silence around the table was immediate. Marcus's smile twitched, eyes narrowing slightly. Angela's face froze, her wine glass midway to her lips. I watched the recognition ripple across her features. Slowly, uncomfortably. I didn't elaborate, didn't explain, but I saw the dots connecting in her head. I saw her realize that firm she had dismissed, the one I started again from scratch, had quietly funded 6 startups in the past 2 years. 3 of them had gone public. 1 had been acquired in a 9-figure deal. I had kept my name out of the media, preferred private negotiations, trusted in quiet influence. I didn't need the spotlight. I needed legacy. That donation tonight, it wasn't for my company. It was for me, personally. Marcus tried to save the moment. Ah, so you're in investments. I nodded. Something like that. Angela excused herself soon after. I didn't see her again for the rest of the night. The next day, I got an email. From her. No subject. Just a single line. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I stared at it for a while. There was a time I would have replied. Would have taken her apology as a sign of regret. Would have clung to the hope that she still saw something in me. But not now. Because now I understood something deeper than betrayal. She hadn't left because I wasn't successful. She left because I wasn't flashy. She didn't believe in me unless other people did first. She needed the world to see value before she could recognize it herself. And I would never be that kind of man. I deleted the email. Some people measure worth by the size of a paycheck. Others, by how loud the applause is when they enter a room. Me, I measure it by how I sleep at night. Peacefully, honestly, without pretense. So when people ask what I do for a living, I still keep it simple. Just 2 words. And a quiet smile that says everything she never bothered to learn.